Good morning, everybody. It's one of those days. A little overcast, 65 degrees. Um, but not bad. Not bad. Seeing a couple little drops of rain. Maybe we'll get some. I don't know. I didn't look at the forecast. What am I gonna do? Why do I need to look at the forecast? I can't stop it. The weather's gonna be the weather. Weather's gonna weather. You know what I mean? So, what do you want from me? So we move on and we go about our life. And that's how it goes. Where was I? Good morning. That's where I was. Yes. Sorry, I've got a headache. I slept on my neck awful last night, and I now have that headache that emanates from the neckle region up into the back of the head, around to the front, interferes with vision and thinking and speech. Who knows? Could be worse, but I think it's just because I slept weird. And this is where we are. This is where we are at near 50 years old. How are y'all doing? Morning, Paul. How are you doing? Morning, Valerie. Howdy, Barbara. Phil, Ken, Six, Frage, how y'all doing? Yeah, it's a little gray today, Barbara. I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to be all day, but that's all right. I'll be stuck in an office anyway, so it's not like I get to enjoy the beauty of the day today. Although I do like to go for a walk about midday. You got to get the blood flowing. Apparently, good for you. Kevin Tracy says, good morning, all. School is pretty much done, so I should be able to catch more of these live. Very nice, very nice. Dirt Bike says they're heading to Gettysburg in 2 weeks. Yeah, June is flying by. Sound a little hoarse? No, I haven't spoken much this morning. It's my morning voice. My grandfather used to have, it would be like, it'd sound like this, yeah, and then like after a couple of cups of coffee and breakfast, he'd be back to his normal voice. So, I guess I just got to clear out. See, in our room, we have mini splits in the house, and for whatever reason, they put this mini split right above where the bed goes, and it's really the only place, because of the way the room is configured, it's really the only place in the room you could put the bed. So I wake up every morning dry as the Sahara because I got this cold air falling down on me, and it's torture. So I wake up in the morning, I can barely swallow because there's no that dryness. This is my body coming back to normal. Donald, good morning. Wundermonk, good morning. Six Questions says, Kevin Tracy, I'm nailing down my anniversary schedule, but would love to do a practice tour. I have yet to be scheduled a second attempt at the oral exam. Matmas, a bit rough on you? Yeah, it was. Crazy party. No, Matmas was actually very nice. But no, it's the air conditioning. Although I do have a headache as if I'm hungover, but I'm not, unfortunately. All right. Oh, today's gonna be my day. Slow. I gotta slow. Usually I get the stop and I gotta sit here for half an hour. But today I got the slow. They've been working on this road really since we moved here. Before we moved here, they were doing work on bridges, I believe, and so we had to take these detours that added 20 minutes to your drive. So what should be a 18-minute drive to Gettysburg turned into a 45-minute or so drive to Gettysburg and back every day. And now they're working on, I guess it looks like they're replacing the telephone poles. I think that's what they're doing. So, good. Obviously we need it. But it looks like they're also much taller than the ones they're replacing, which I think is probably also good. Or they're not replacing, they're adding. That could be it too, because so far I haven't seen any of the old poles taken down, unless they're putting the new ones in first, and then they're going to move the cables from the old one. Who knows? Somebody knows, not me. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. I don't work, I'm not a lineman for the county. Six Question says the weather will be unsettled all day. A chance of showers in the afternoon. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? You can't win them all. At least Matmas Day was as glorious as the occasion, and so it was just perfect weather yesterday. Moving utilities for a future road construction project? Could be. I don't know. I'm sure the information is out there. It's just, as with everything, I don't know it's happening until it happens or it already happened. But could be that. Could be, could be that they're just updating the system, upgrading the system. I'm sure that's long overdue. Could also be that the poles are just getting old, I guess, and who knows? Again, there's such mystery around here. Steven says, I'd rather be making this drive instead of working. Been too long since I've been to Gettysburg. Well, there's only one thing you can do about that, and that is come to Gettysburg. That's what you can do. I know, easier said than done. I know. Geo Wrigley says, I'll be in Gettysburg 28th through the 4th. Don says, good morning from South Shore of Lake Ontario, New York, 140th Volunteer Country. Well, there you go. All the way up there. Morning, Matt. Saw Matt Gillespie quite a few times this past weekend at CWI. Broke bread with him a few times, and it's always nice to go to CWI and see people, and to meet new people, and then you know them next year. Flying Flynn, good morning from Portage. Excuse me. Yesterday, I received a delivery from, there's a, I don't know, you call it an antique store? It's like kind of antique, but a lot of furniture. It's got furniture, but like good furniture, not like that shitty shit. Like good furniture, but it's used. And it's one of those consignment shops where, like, when they get the item, it's like $350. And then they have dates on the card, and then it's like, oh, but by June 4th, it'll be $214. And, whatever. So, found a recliner, leather, comfortable, firmer than the one that I had. A little bigger than the one that I had, so like my legs aren't hanging off the footrest at the calf like the other one. And I said, you know what? I'm buying myself a birthday present. So I did, and I had it delivered on my birthday, so it felt like, a present someone sent me. And fell asleep in it last night, and it was glorious. Steven says, 8-hour drive for me. I'll be in for the 165th reenactment. It doesn't leave me much time to tour since my family does it while I'm in camp. 8 hours. Yeah, I would not. I would do everything to avoid. Those. I can't do those drives anymore. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If I do, I need like a chiropractor as soon as I arrive. There's a table waiting right next to the parking spot, and he's like, all right, up on the table, and then crackly, crack. Then I'm gonna need to go to a massage therapist. It's just, it's too expensive to do an 8-hour drive for me. It's not just gas I gotta figure. It's medical expertise waiting. Tim, good morning. He says happy Matmas +1. That's right. Matmas is an entire month, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that. The 30 days of presents for Matmas. We're still working on the song, the 30 Days of Matmas, but because we got to think of 30 traditional Matmas presents to give your true love. Do you wash said chair, blacklight test? Did not do blacklight test, but I did spray it down, yes. Dirt Bike says, any uploads coming out this week? Saw Tavern Talk was scheduled for. Yeah. So tonight was supposed to be the Airborne at D-Day Tavern Talk, but we had a pretty unexpectedly busy 10 days. It's hard to, it's amazing because the addition of Tad, like full time, has been a huge help, but somehow that actually creates more work. I don't understand. I guess it's because maybe we're able to do more, or I don't know what it is. So we like the time that we thought we would have had to get this ready completely got away from us. And then CWI was 3 days where we couldn't do any editing, and we thought we'd be able to get it in Monday, which we did, and then we thought we'd be able to continue yesterday, which we did, but it's not complete. And part of it is with visuals. So I'm not a World War II guy as much as I am like a Little Bighorn guy, for example. So when names are mentioned, when places are mentioned, like I'll go searching for an image, but I'm not sure I'm right. Like, I'm not sure that the image is properly labeled. I'm not that I'm choosing the right one for what's being talked about. So we decided next year, well, not next year, if we ever get to do Tavern Talks again, one of the things we're going to ask the historian to do is provide images, so that we can put them in the video. And Tad was editing most of this, and he knows less than I do, and I barely know anything about World War II. So he was doing his best to guess if these images were the right images. It's a few of them I caught. Like one of the 82nd Airborne one it was very obvious that it was from the 80s because they were wearing camouflage. The helmet design was different. And I think what made him think it was correct was it was labeled 82nd Airborne, and it was in black and white. But one look at that and I go, well, I don't know when that is, but that is definitely not the 82nd Airborne we're talking about. So, I had to find new ones and stuff. And so that's what's been taking most of it up there. And then, little tweaks here and there. And then also other things that have derailed us from that. So I said, you know what? I could try to kill myself by getting it out on Wednesday, but there's no lead time with the schedule. So like when you schedule a video on YouTube, it sits there from the moment you schedule it until the moment the premiere comes. And that gives it time to appear in people's feeds and things like that and to get it out there. So I want that lead time, but also the patrons get it first. And if I finished it today, there wouldn't be that amount of time for the patrons to have it. So I'm hoping to finish it today or tomorrow and get it out to the patrons and schedule it for YouTube, and we'll do it Monday night. And actually Monday night for our audience, according to the analytics, is actually the better night to do things. It's funny, like Monday really is a traumatic day for people with the Monday through Friday schedule because, if you look at the analytics and if you think of YouTube and other online stuff as an escape for people, the analytics show that Monday nights they are heavily online, and then as the week progresses, they're still heavily online at the same times, but there's fewer of them, and when you get to the weekend, nobody's online. And I just find it very interesting that to me it indicates that like Monday is traumatizing for people. Like they're like, oh, it's Monday, and no, I'm just gonna stay in and watch something. But then as the week goes on, they're like, okay, I'll go out to dinner for my friend's birthday tonight on Tuesday, or I'll go somewhere else, or whatever the case may be. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Valerie says, Mondays are hard for me. I'm in healthcare, and Mondays are brutal. What makes them brutal? Do more people get sick or hurt on Mondays, or is it because you don't have office hours on Saturday and Sunday, and everybody that has a problem Friday waits till Monday? Paul says, I was going down memory lane when I posted some of the pics from the D-Day photo shoot we did at Ike's farm in 1998. 1998. Man, I remember that year. When I was 20, it was a very good year. Was it? I don't even remember. Good morning, Gail. How are you? Valerie says, I'm in a call center for scheduling, so everyone calls in to schedule or contact their doctor. Oh, yeah. I can't imagine the juggling that doctors and their staff have to do at a doctor's office. I mean, every time that I contact my doctor, of course, it's like urgent, right? Like, well, not every time, but like, when you're sick or you're hurt and you contact your doctor's office and you want to be taken care of right away. But I always like say to myself, they've got like probably 30 other people who need to be taken care of right away. And the doctor is only one person and the staff is only a staff of one person's. Like, it's not humanly possible. So I grin and bear it. And, if it's really that bad, I'll go to urgent care. But if it's something I can live with for another day or whatever, then I'll live with it for another day. I'm not the only person in the world. God, that would be amazing if I were. Oh, I mean, it would kind of get boring, but still. What road is that? I don't know when you said that, so I'm going to just go back over the roads I was just on. When I was sitting behind the state trooper waiting for him to go, that was the Carlisle Road that he turned left onto and I crossed. I was on Howard Avenue. Now we're on the old Harrisburg Road, which, if I recall from the old maps, at the point up here where the road bends, the bend is a post-battle addition. The original road went straight through that brick house ahead of us. You can't really see it clearly yet, but see the brick house? Now it's coming into view, right? The road would have gone straight through here. But they've added the bend, I guess so they could fit more houses, I don't know. But, so it didn't bend this way during the battle. It veered off to our left at an angle and then fed into Carlisle Street, like directly. And you can also, let's see if I can show you this here. Let me see. We'll go through, now we're going on the college campus here. This is something that's fascinates me. There's some evidence of the Mummersburg Road that used to also come in diagonally. And if you go find an old map of the town around the time of the battle, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, it wasn't Old Harrisburg Road then. It was the Harrisburg Road and the Mummersburg Road come in at an angle. Now, let's go back to the Mummersburg Road. And we'll see if we can retrace. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, so Mummersburg Road is here. Now, we're kind of working backwards, but it comes in at an angle that heads in a thisarly direction, right? And it would go off, if you continued it, would go off to our right, like through that house, almost. Okay? Now, so imagine I'm going east, basically, and so that is heading, southeast. So off to my right, and going further south. Now, we will continue here, turning down Washington Street. Let me turn this around here for you. All right, now Washington. So the Mummersburg Road would be kind of veering in diagonally ahead of us, or across our path here. And as we come up, you're going to see a left-hand turn on Stevens Street. So we're going to make that turn. All All right, and we're going to notice this weird road. Gettysburg's laid out like a grid. So all the roads are parallel to each other, or they intersect or whatever, but parallel to the others. But this one here, Mummasburg Street, okay, you catching my drift here? Mummasburg Street runs diagonally through this little neighborhood. This used to be my old hood. I used to live on Water Street, which is right up here. And Mummasburg Road would have intersected Water Street, gone right through this brick house, across Stevens Run, and right through the building known as the Carlisle, and then thereabouts it would have hit Carlisle Street. And there you go. I think, obviously, with automobiles, it's a lot easier the way things are now. But back in ye olden times, I guess they didn't give a flying F about that stuff. They just made the roads the way the roads were made. So there you go. There's your little, what do you call it? Kevin says, what did you do on our bit, Matt? I did, Cindy had a little dinner. We went out to the Carriage House for dinner, and that was very nice. That was it, pretty much. I mean, I worked during the day. I was very surprised, woke up in the morning, very surprised that Stephen Taft had surreptitiously gotten people to make a happy birthday video for me. That was actually nice. Funny, but also warmed the cockles. And I was not ashamed to say that to him. I said, that actually touched me deep in my cockles. And he's like, careful. And I said, no, I mean it. Like, yeah, it was very nice. Usually from the people that surround me for as help, there's nothing but resentment and dressing down that I receive from them. Never nice. And so it's the people that aren't here all the time, and I rarely see or hear from them. So I'm like, this was actually a change of pace. Eric, the producer, used to say, oh yeah, I forgot, it's your birthday, happy birthday, at like 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock p.m. And he'd reach in his pocket, and anything that he had in there that, he would just toss my way and be like, happy birthday. Stuff like that. So it was nice to actually see that someone had prepared and thought about Mammoth Day. And of course, everybody left nice comments. So that was nice. And I just, honestly, like my birthday, I'd make jokes about, calling it Matmas and like all this grandiose bullshit. But like, honestly, I think it's just another day. Frankly, I don't care to count them anymore. I told Cindy, last night, she invited a few friends to dinner, and I said, oh, this is very nice. I said, last year you invited all those people on the show, and that was great, and it really was very nice. And tonight you have a couple of our friends here, and that's also very nice. I said, but be careful, because 50s, that has to be a huge blowout, because you only turn half a century once, and I don't know if I'm going to make it much further past that. So like, that's the one you need to be saving your pennies for. I think planning needs you and Bethany and a couple of the other gals need to get together and start planning it. Is there going to be space big enough? Are you going to be selling tickets to this event? How are you going to defray the cost for the bands? And yes, bands. And of course, comedians coming in to warm up for the bands. A lot of stuff you're going to have to be thinking about. So don't go wasting all your money now. On these inconsequential years. Now I go by fives. 40, 45, 50. Okay. Because frankly, 5 years feels like what a year used to feel like at this point. So I can't believe I'm not 44. I feel like yesterday I was 43. I don't know why 43. 43 is like the magic year because that's when I felt like I was in my 40s for the first time. Or like where like I realized going to the doctor was going to be a regular part of my year, and medical expenses was now going to be a line item in my budget. So that sucks. But yeah. But I don't know. What'd you do? Did you have a good day? You touched me in my cockles, Mike. In my cockles. Sixth question. The intersection of Old Harrisburg Road and Stratton Street that existed before Lincoln Avenue was located north of present-day Coster Avenue, I think. Yes, I believe you are correct. Or if not north of it, it's just about on line with it. If I don't, I can't picture it. I know, I believe it was the Old Harrisburg Road hit Carlisle north of where Mummersburg hit Carlisle. I'm trying to remember if it's before or after the light. No, it has to be before. It has to be, I'm sorry. Well, it's got to be north of Water Street and south of Lincoln, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's probably right around where Coster is. I don't know. I'm going off. I haven't looked at a map of that in years, so we'll see. Happy belated birthday. A month feels like a year at my age. So you're saying time slows down? What are you saying? Because if it slows down, that's good. Because I miss, time kind of taking its time. Kevin says, yeah, I had a good day. Fixed the lawnmower and trimmed cedar trees. Yeah, like the highlight of my day. Yes, it was nice to get dinner, but the highlight of my day was going home to get a delivery of my recliner. And then I was talking to the guy who delivered it, and I said, do you haul away stuff too? And he goes, oh, yeah. And I said, I got to get rid of this, that, and the other thing. And he goes, oh, yeah, no, we could take that. And his prices are reasonable too. So we're going to do it. Unless any of you are interested in a curio cabinet. You want a curio cabinet? It's got lights. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get breakfast. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.